And we are live. We're live. Welcome in, ladies. Welcome in. Who is joining me live today? Just turn this on. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. It's good to be back. I feel like, I don't know, because I haven't used... Because most of the lives I've been doing have been coming from my car, I feel like I've missed my podcast mic live. So it feels very new to me today. So welcome in, ladies. Welcome in. Who is joining me live today? Welcome in, Crystal. Welcome in. So first things first, ladies, we have new members that are joining us in the group. I was just about to bring out the names of the people that have joined us newly into the group, and then Facebook paused the live. So maybe what I would do is when I finish the live, then I'll go bring out their names and talk about it. Okay, welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for joining me. So we do have a very interesting topic to talk to today. If you haven't seen yesterday's live, go check it out, because yesterday I talked about one of the number one thing that can stop you from continuing to have a dedicated self-care and life of wellness. Okay. And when I mean self-care, it's not just health and wellness, but also where you want to go, how you want to grow, how do you want to move up, if that's in your career, if that's in your business as well. Today, we're going to talk about if you're in a place right now where you are actually feeling like you're already a failure and you just feel like, oh, you set goals for yourself for the new year, but you have not met one of them that you've set for yourself in January. And now you're feeling like, what is the point? There's no hope. I'm already the same person that I was last year. How do I know all of this? Because I've been there. When the year started, my energy was very high. When the year was ending, my energy was very high. And I started measuring my progress that I wanted to set out for the month. And I looked at it and I was just like, Abby, you're in 2%. And I was on a call. I was on a couple of calls last week and this week as well, where I was working with my clients. And as we set some of the goals that they had, the motivation dried up, because when you're not doing something, what tends to happen is fear, uncertainty, and doubt creeps in. And when these three emotions are present, they rob you of any joy or motivation that you will feel to want to do the thing. And if you're not careful, things would just go downhill from there. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to keep this live short, 15 minutes max. So I have my phone here, my other line. So I'm just looking at the time there. So if this is the first time that you're meeting me, you're welcome. My name is Abby, and I'm a life coach. I'm also a leadership and wellness coach as well. And I work with women in the professional world. I work with women in leadership, and I help them achieve their goals, their health, wellness, career goals. And part of that work is looking at the various facets that are affecting women and helping you guys and teaching you guys as well how to overcome them. So if you're in a place, like I mentioned, where you're just feeling like a failure, first things first, that I want to acknowledge that it's normal to feel that way. If you're someone that deals with imposter syndrome, and I know a lot of you who follow me have mentioned that you too struggle with it. I struggled with it. Oh my gosh. I struggled with it, and you too struggle with it. You're very much likely to fall into this trap of constantly criticizing and judging yourself that, oh, you're not good enough, you're not enough. And when you're in that state, it helps no one. You cannot move forward. You will not move forward, and you keep going downhill from there. So I want to acknowledge that, first of all, it's normal. It's normal when we have new experiences, the new year is starting, there's that, New year, new me. I want to do this. There's all that excitement and all that stuff. And then life gets in the way and we get derailed from where we want to go. And if you are someone that is already noticing that you're not going where you want to go before the month has ended, you're even on the right track. You're way better than people who wait till the end of the year to then find that, oh, I didn't even meet one of the goals that I set for myself for the new year. Okay? So it is normal. We're acknowledging that. All the judgment, all the, oh, I'm not good enough, oh my gosh, I'm disappointed by all that. We're gonna, you know what this means? We're gonna zip it, okay? Because that's not helping you. That's not gonna help you, and that will never help you, okay? The second thing that has really, really helped, and I've taught it to other women, is have a, what I call a gratitude routine. This is actually part of self-care for me. This is part of self-care because the days where I'm not in a position to want to engage in all of my self-care routine. Let me just give you guys an example. I wake up in the morning, I just kind of do some quick meditation. And after I've done my meditation, I get up and work out. Once I've done my workout, then I log into work and stuff like that. Now, there are days where I don't feel like doing any of that. Some days I'm able to do half. What this gratitude routine has taught me is that I remember the previous times where I actually did everything that I wanted to do. And I'm like, Abby, you did great. You did awesome. Why does that help? What does this do? This is to put your brain in a place where you actually feel like you can win. The reason why you're feeling like a failure and you're feeling bad is because you feel like you feel like a loser. You feel like you cannot win. And the only way to get you out of that place so that you can move forward is to start feeling again like you can win. To start feeling the hope, to start feeling like it's possible for you to achieve your goals. That's the most quickest way that we can get there. And the way to get you to a place where you start feeling like you can win is to remember your previous wins. Remember the past. Remember the little things that you did differently that you didn't do last year that has made, even if it's a little difference. If it is a little different. Like for me, I'll give you guys an example. One of the goals that I set for myself was I wanted to batch create my content for like a month so that I have time or more time to spend with you guys doing more engagement. Well, have I met that goal? No, I'm still doing my content weekly, and I'm like, I want to do this monthly so that I have enough time to do other things as well. Well, I looked at the year and I was looking at how much content I've created. I'm not there. I'm not there. I'm still doing what I was doing last year. And at a point, I was just like, are you kidding me, Abby? Because I used to go very hard on myself. And then I realized, what? Okay, so you didn't do 1 month worth of content. And so what, right? And sorry, guys, I just want to, okay. And so I started remembering, okay, well, I did a week. Well, at least I showed up, right? Like I showed up. I was showing up during the holidays. This was what I was telling myself anyway, just to make myself feel better. I was showing up the holidays. People were partying. I was online doing my thing. So that's something to celebrate. Even if I didn't get the month ahead of time, in the difficult moments where I have a perfect excuse not to show up, I still showed up. And so what that did for me was push my brain and my mind into a place where I actually now feel like I could win. And so now I want to see how I can use this coming weekend to settle down and batch create my content for the next month. But I wouldn't even have gotten there if the previous me was criticizing, look at you, you made all of these things, you can't even meet it. The year has just barely started, you're already talking down and missing your goals, right? And then I would start to feel like I'm a loser. And I'm like, what did I do? Just because I wasn't able to meet this goal, all of a sudden now every other thing that I've done is in the the garbage, right? And this is something that I want you guys to adopt for yourself. But you have to remember, what is one thing that you can always remind yourself that even if I didn't do this, at least I did this, okay? This doesn't mean that you start to make excuses now. We'll talk about that. This is just to put yourself and your mind in a place where you stop feeling like a failure and you start to feel like you can win. All right? Step 2. If you're someone who has struggled with imposter syndrome and feeling like you're not good enough and you're not enough, the next step is this specific goal that or goals that you're not meeting. And it may not necessarily be goals. It may just be something that you want to stop doing or something that you want to start doing. Well, maybe that's a goal. But just in case, you don't use that word, you don't call it that word, the second step now is, what is one little thing? Little, what do I mean by little? The smallest thing that you can do that will nudge you towards that goal. So if, for example, a lot of you have told me that 2025 is the year of the workout. You guys want to have that summer bod, right? If one of your goals is to work out 5 times a week, that is a huge goal. That is like, for someone who likes to work out, that is the equivalent of saying you want to make $100,000 every week. Yes, that's like saying for an investment banker, that's what you're saying. Is it possible to make $100,000 weekly? Yeah. But if you're not used to it, can you just wake up one morning and wish your way to $100,000 every week? No. Right? Same thing with working out. However, is it possible for you to do 5 minutes of workout every week? You probably like, maybe 5 minutes? Come on, I'm better than that. Can you commit to that? Can you commit to doing at least 5 minutes of workout every week? That's like the bare minimum, right? If your answer is like, yeah, AB, come on, are you kidding? Come on, AB, I'm really good. The next thing is up that. Okay, if 5 minutes of workout is bare minimum and is ridiculous, of course I can do that. Can you commit to doing 5 minutes of workout 2 days a week? Okay, AB, maybe I can do that. 2 days a week, that's it. And you start doing that. 2 days a week, the bare minimum, start doing that. What you're doing and what this will do is that it's going to prep your mind so that you stop feeling like you're not good enough. When you're meeting that minute goal consistently, you start to feel better. You start to feel like, oh wow, I'm doing great. Well, two workouts a week for 5 minutes. It's awesome. And you start to feel better. And that's going to give you the momentum that you need to then add to that goal. So I'll give you guys an example with my marketing now. I said a month was what I wanted to create. That was it. Okay. Now I haven't met that monthly goal. So I'm like, okay, a week is what I'm normally used to doing. So I'm like, okay, can I do 2 weeks? I can do 2 weeks. I can do that. And as part of doing those 2 weeks, I'm now even showing up live twice a week, one on Sunday, one on Monday. So I'm already just in that zone of yes, I have the energy for it. And it's not taking me a lot from me. So that's the way that I'm doing that in my own life, just to kind of be transparent with you guys so you see that some of the things that I teach from my mistakes and from my experience. Okay? So from that place, it's a lot easier to then move towards the next step. And as part of breaking down those goals or things that you set for yourself, as part of breaking them into smaller chunks, make sure that you celebrate. That is important. Don't just do the thing and move on to the next one. No. You need to celebrate. Why? Because your brain needs to get the signal that this is something that you have done that is worth celebrating. It is going to release the dopamine rush in your brain, which is the reward hormone that you get when you're doing something that makes you feel very good. What would that do? That will start to create the path for the habit to form. So that's how habits are formed, or that's one of the ways that habits are formed. Okay? So when you have that dopamine rush, you're going to want to, I want to do this again. I want to do this again. And you're going to keep doing and doing and doing and doing. Do this first at least 21 days straight. It's going to become automatic. That's the average number of days that it takes for your brain to create a habit. Okay? So the third and final step with this, I said, just to kind of recap before I go to the final step. Number 1 is we acknowledge that you're not a failure. Acknowledge it's normal to feel like this, but you're not a failure. Okay? Number 2 is, what is the thing that you're wanting to do that you're not doing at all? All right? Before I move to number 2. Number 1, as part of acknowledging that you're not a failure, is to remind yourself of one thing that makes you feel good that you've accomplished. So having a gratitude routine. You're not a failure and you have a gratitude routine. Okay? Number 2 is, what is one small thing that you can do off the big thing that will make you feel good about yourself? Okay? If it's working out, can you do 5 minutes of workout a week? If that sounds ridiculous and you think I'm disrespecting you, raise it to 2 times or 3 times a week for 5 minutes. No more, unless you want to. Okay? Once you meet that, celebrate it. Like, oh my gosh, I just did that. Oh my gosh. And be real. Like, really feel those happy emotions that come up. It's important that you really feel them because you're calibrating your brain to create a habit. Number 3, once it becomes a habit, once you continue to remain consistent, or actually number 3, I would say, continue to remain consistent long enough for 21 days so that it becomes a habit. At that point, you can then pull your legs off the gas pedal and allow your brain to take over. Okay? So that's the simple way that you can, any goal that you're looking to meet, you're stuck, you're feeling hopeless. Crystal says, I know the feeling. Yeah. Yeah. You're feeling hopeless. You're feeling like there's no point, because that's me. Oh my gosh, what's the point? There's no point. Well, there's no point. I'm never going to do it, right? When you're in that place, pause the brakes. Understand that it's normal to feel that way. Number 1, it's normal. What's your gratitude routine? Create something that you can be grateful for every day. Better, the easier or the fastest way is something that you've done recently so that you really feel it. Okay? Number 2, break down that huge thing to the most ridiculous, smallest thing so that you can win. The point is to make you feel like you can win. Okay? Number 3, continue to do the small thing consistently for at least 21 days. Okay? At that point, you're going to feel like you can win. It's going to become a habit. Now you are on track to actually meet your goals because you are going to feel motivated to even do bigger things to get to where you want to go. And that's my secret. It's a secret I've taught to clients. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I hope you guys are able to take that into your life. Okay? If you're watching this and you are still struggling with implementing any of the things that I said, then send me a DM. Let's have a conversation on what it is that you want to achieve for the year. Why is this important to you? And what can we do to help you to move forward so that you can, whether it's getting that promotion, whether it's starting a business, whether it's, raising or increasing the size of your family, whatever that goal is that is so precious to you, now it's a great time to start working towards that and not giving up. Okay, not giving up. All right, let me see what the time is before I end this. 15 minutes. Yes. Okay. All right, ladies, I'm about to wrap up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next week. Okay. Bye.